Welcome to my channel. Today we are going back in time to uncover some of the most epic medieval battles ever fought. But these aren't your average historical clashes. No, sir. These battles are so legendary they've been passed down through the ages in the form of epic tales and songs. And today it is our duty to unearth them and bring them to light. So grab your chainmail and prepare yourself for an adventure, because we're about to embark on a journey that will take us from the frozen wastelands of Northern Europe to the sun-drenched fields of the Mediterranean. So sit back, relax, and let the tales begin. Now, before we jump into this list, I want to point out that not all historians agree on everything. There are many different opinions and interpretations of the events we're about to discuss, so while I'll be sharing what is generally accepted as fact, keep in mind there may be some room for debate and alternative perspectives. This should be really interesting. All right, let's get started. At number 11, the Battle of Clontarf. We begin our list with the Battle of Clontarf, which took place on April 28, 1014, near Dublin in Ireland. The battle was fought between the forces of Brian Boru, the High King of Ireland, and an invading Norse army led by the brothers Sigtryg and Amlab. The Norsemen had established a strong presence in Ireland and launched a surprise attack on Dublin. However, Brian Boru assembled a coalition of Irish kings and fought back, defeating the Norsemen and ending their dominance in Ireland. The battle is considered one of the most important in Irish history, and Brian Boru is remembered as a national hero. At number 10, the Battle of Hastings. The Battle of Hastings is a legendary medieval battle that took place on October 14, 1066, near Hastings in England. It was fought between the Norman army led by William the Conqueror and the English army under the Anglo-Saxon king Harold Godwinson. The battle is famous for being the subject of one of the most iconic medieval poems ever written, the Bayeux Tapestry, which depicts the events leading up to the battle and the victory of the Normans. The Battle of Hastings marked a turning point in English history, leading to significant changes in language, culture, and society. At number 9, the Battle of Caransebeș. The Battle of Caransebeș was fought between the armies of King Stephen I of Hungary and the Cumans in 1241. The battle is notable for its massive scale, with some sources claiming the Cuman army outnumbered the Hungarians 40-1. Despite being heavily outnumbered, the Hungarians won a decisive victory thanks to the tactics of their generals and the use of cavalry charges. This battle is remembered as one of the greatest victories in Hungarian history, and is often cited as an example of how superior tactics can overcome a larger enemy. At number 8, the Battle of the Golden Bridge. The Battle of the Golden Bridge was fought in 1258 at the behest of King Louis IX of France and his mother, Blanche of Castile. The French were attempting to capture the city of Limoges, which was held by the English and the mercenaries of the county of Toulouse. Despite being outnumbered, the English and their allies won a decisive victory, killing or capturing the majority of the French knights. This battle was a rare instance of an English victory in the 100 Years' War, and is remembered as a testament to the skill and bravery of the English soldiers. At number 7, the Battle of Bouvines. The Battle of Bouvines, fought in 1214, was a major engagement during the early stages of the Third Crusade. The battle pitted the English and Flemish forces against a coalition of French and Scottish troops. Despite being heavily outnumbered, the English and Flemish won a decisive victory, largely due to the tactical genius of King Philip II of England. This battle is remembered as one of the most important in medieval history, as it marked the end of Scottish King William the Lion's reign and led to the end of the Angevin Empire. At number 6, the Battle of Ain-Jalut. The Battle of Ain-Jalut, fought in 1260, was a pivotal moment in the history of the Crusades. The battle saw the forces of the Mamluk Sultanate defeat the Crusaders who were attempting to recapture Jerusalem. The Mamluks were a slave army who had gained control of Egypt and Syria, and their victory at Ain-Jalut marked the beginning of the end of the Crusader states in the Levant. The battle is remembered as one of the most important in medieval history, as it prevented the Crusaders from retaking Jerusalem and led to the decline of European interest in the Crusades. At number 5, the Battle of Le Mans. The Battle of Le Mans was fought in 1364 during the 100 Years' War between the English and French armies. The battle resulted in a decisive English victory and is remembered for the capture of French King John the Good by the English. This battle was a turning point in the war, leading to further English victories and the capture of much of northern France. The battle is also remembered for the brutal treatment of King John following his capture, including his imprisonment in a tower for nearly 4 years. Number 4. The Battle of Agincourt. The Battle of Agincourt is considered one of the most epic battles in medieval history and took place on October 25, 1415 during the 100 Years' War. The English army led by King Henry V faced off against a much larger force of French troops. Despite being outnumbered, the English won a decisive victory thanks to the longbow, a medieval weapon that allowed them to shoot arrows over French shields, which were designed to protect against swords and arrows shot from a bow. The battle is remembered as a testament to the power of military innovation and the importance of strategy and tactics. Number 3. The Battle of Castillon. The Battle of Castillon was a decisive engagement between the English and French armies during the 100 Years' War. The battle resulted in a French victory and marked the effective end of the war. The battle is remembered for the heavy casualties suffered by the English, including the death of the famous English archer, Sir Thomas Kiriel. The Battle of Castillon was also the last major battle to feature large numbers of archers, marking the end of an era in warfare. Number 2. The Battle of Nancy. The Battle of Nancy was a medieval battle fought in 1477 in northeastern France between the armies of Charles the Bold, Duke of Burgundy, and the Swiss Confederacy. The battle resulted in the death of Charles the Bold and the end of the Burgundian Duchy. The battle is remembered as one of the most important in Swiss history, as it marked the emergence of Switzerland as a major power in Europe. The Battle of Nancy was also the last major battle to feature knights, marking the end of an era in warfare. And finally, at number 1, the Battle of Curansibes. We are back again to finish off our list with another Battle of Curansibes, but this time we are jumping forward a few centuries to 1526, when the Ottoman Turks invaded Hungary. The battle was fought between the Ottoman army led by Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent and the Hungarian army under King Louis II. Despite being outnumbered, the Hungarians fought bravely and inflicted heavy casualties on the Ottomans. However, the Ottomans ultimately won the battle and captured King Louis II, ending the medieval era in Hungary. The Battle of Curansibes is remembered as one of the most epic battles in medieval history, as it marked the beginning of Ottoman dominance in southeastern Europe and the end of medieval Hungary. And there you have it, folks, 11 of the most epic medieval battles that history hides. From the icy plains of northern Europe to the sun-drenched fields of the Mediterranean, we've journeyed through time and uncovered the legends of battles that shook the very foundations of medieval society. These tales of heroism, valor, and daring-do are sure to live on for many more centuries. Which battle resonated with you the most? Let me know in the comments section below. Thank you for joining me on this adventure through time. Until next time, stay safe and remember, the legends never die.